Uh, Hello everyone. I'm Ridu Bhatnagar. I'm from India, and the topic for today's presentation is deep copy and shallow copy in lists. So, uh, okay, sorry. The learning objectives are we'll be brushing up. Uh, uh, we'll be starting off by discussing what exactly is memory address, how to determine memory address, followed by a couple of examples, and then I'll be explaining about what is meant by shallow copying and what is meant by deep copying. Moving ahead, let us discuss what is meant by memory address. In Python, as we all know, everything is an object. Each object gets stored in memory, and the location where the object gets stored in the memory is referred to as memory address. So when we talk about memory address, something that should strike the mind is that we are referring to the location where the object gets stored in memory. That is called as memory address. Now, when we have already discussed about memory address, are you all wondering that how do we determine memory address? So in Python, there is a built-in function named as ID. ID accepts a single parameter and returns a unique identity. Here is one example. I can do A is equal to 2, ID of A, it returns me a unique number. And similarly, I can do B is equal to Python, Python being a string, and again I can try doing ID B, and then again a unique identity gets returned. So ID is a built-in method in Python that helps us in determining the memory address. So when we are doing A is equal to 2, it is also to be remembered that first the object is getting created. So first 2 gets created and then A works as a label. So then A references to object 2, integer object 2. Uh, I hope I am clear. Are there any doubts so far?
You good so far?
Okay. So moving ahead, there are different ways we can copy the list object. Starting ahead with copying list object using the assignment operator. Let us see how this works. So as you can see the code snippet, I'm initializing a list L1 is equal to followed by a list. Inside of a list, again there are objects. So there is a sublist and there is a tuple along with integers 3 and 6. Now, in the next step, as you can see here, I am trying to assign, I am trying to again create a list L2, and here I am assigning list L1 to it. Then I am again doing ID of L1. This returns me a memory address. Then I am doing ID of L2. This again returns me a memory address. What you need to observe is both the memory addresses are same, which means variable L1 is also pointing to the same object and variable L2 is also pointing to the same object. So now if you change anything inside of the list L1, it would get reflected in the list L2 as well. So our original list will get changed. I do L1 of 1 dot append 6. This 6 you can see will get added in L1, will get appended in N1, and likewise in L2 also this 6 gets appended. So we can observe that as we are copying one list into another, the changes get reflected in both the lists. The reason being both the memory addresses are same. Now another way of copying list is shallow copy. So how does what exactly is meant by shallow copy? So basically in shallow copy we are trying to duplicate the outermost object, but the memory references of the embedded objects remain the same. So the definition might look a bit complex, but let us learn this with an example. So again, I have initialized a list L1 and then I'm copying the list L1 into variable L2. Now, remember earlier we were assigning list L1 to L2. This time I am just using a built-in method list and then copying list L1 into L2. So by default here, the copying that takes place is shallow copy. When I do ID of L1 and ID of L2, you will observe that both the memory addresses of the lists are different, which means L1 and L2 have different memory addresses. But as we had stated, we are doing shallow copy. So in shallow copy, basically the memory addresses of the embedded objects are shared. So if you see the memory address uh, of the list, you will see that the memory addresses are same. I'm doing L1 of 0, L1 of 1, then I'm doing L1 of 2, L1 of 3. Similarly for L2 of 0, L2 of 1, L2 of 2, L2 of 3. So basically we can see the memory addresses for the embedded objects remain the same. So that's why this is shallow copying. So only thing to remember in shallow copying is memory addresses of the embedded objects are shared. And now deep copying works just opposite to what we learned in shallow copying. Duplicates do not share references of embedded object. What do I mean by this? So Python has a built-in module named as copy. I did an import copy, then I initialized the list. Then I am trying to do copy.copy, which creates a shallow copy. So L2 is a shallow copy of L1, while L3 is a deep copy of L1. Now we recently learned that what is meant by shallow copying and what is meant by deep copying. Shallow copying is we are sharing the memory references of the embedded objects, while in deep copy we do not share the memory address of the embedded objects. So you would observe that when I do L1 2 dot append 20, so which is my sublist 567, L12 is my sublist 567. Here I am trying to append 20. I appended 20 and you would observe that L1 and L2 both in both the list 20 gets appended. 20 is here, 20 comes here as well. And this is because we created a shallow copy. And while you check the output for L3, you would observe that in L3, the change does not get reflected. And the reason why the change is not getting reflected is basically because, as what we learned, the memory address of the embedded objects is different in deep copying. So this was one of the examples of shallow copying and deep copying. And another example that can be thought, uh, this was basically one of the examples of working out with shallow copying and deep copying. And that was all about all that my presentation had. So summarizing all that we discussed, we started off with memory address, then we learned how to determine the memory address, then we moved ahead with understanding how to use id built-in function in Python. Followed by that, we covered up that what exactly is meant by copying using the assignment operator. Then we discussed shallow copy. So in shallow copy, what is to be remembered is embedded objects share the memory addresses. By references, here I mean memory addresses. And in deep copying, we do not share the memory addresses of the embedded objects. So thank you.
Thank you. Do you want to take questions now or should we save them for the end?
Anything works. I can take them now as well if there are any.
Now works.
Yeah. Was I too quick or
Have you,
it went off well? I don't really know.
have you ever run into challenges where doing a deep copy saved you from some errors, whereas using a shallow copy caused some errors to happen?
So far, I did not. I haven't really got a use case explicitly while I was working. to use that shallow copying and deep copying. It was mainly the theoretical learning that I had, and I just tried out a couple of examples.
In my experience, I've had a lot of trouble when I've used lists and as arguments to a function, and that function then alters those lists without doing a deep copy, because that creates then all the other functions that had access to that list get the new list. It's called a side effect. So it can be quite, so it's really important to understand the stuff that you presented so that we can all avoid that. If you're like you described, if you're accessing a location in memory, then your function's accessing that location in memory that some other object also has access to. So they're working together, but they don't know that they're working together.
Yeah, exactly. With mutable objects, it is a bit of a challenge that all those things get changed. The original list itself gets changed.
So another thing to watch out is the NumPy arrays, because they're not really Python objects. So even if you deep copy them, you're just copying the pointer to that. So it's exactly the same problem, but the second level of it. So a conception of deep copying.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. So you could totally get tripped up if you did a deep copy on a NumPy array. You would still be stuck.
Yeah, you're still pointing. I don't know if they fixed it, but they used to be. But it's on the first page of the NumPy documentation.
Yeah, you're supposed to use np.copy instead, right?
You have to use
NumPy has its own deep copy thing. So if you want to deep copy NumPy array, you have to use theirs.
Yeah. Because it's in C, right? That's why it's doing something different.